hopefully. There we go. We should be on the craft stuff. Good. Oh. Yeah, I am going to go grab my tablet just in case. Oh, of course we are. Hopefully you can hear me all right, too. Oh, we never leave. At least not until I get a few thousand more bucks ready to roll out for that. And I'm seriously considering getting a new job, too. Oh, good. Good. Alright, we'll let the hot glue gun heat up, and then we're gonna go to the other project as well. How's it going, Chris? Oh my god, it's freezing in this room. Damn. I did not expect it to be so cold in here. Whew. How y'all been? How's the winter been treating everybody? Yep. Nope, it has sat here since I lost my magic thoughts, and here it sits until it goes again. 30-degree. God, I've been. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have a lot of friends in England, so I've been looking at their 30s. It's about 16, 18 degrees here. Actually, no, it was 12 earlier. Now I think it's freaking cold. It's freaking freezing arse cold. I'm not a fan. Oh, wants to be nice. I'd kill for 49. Ugh. And here I am in front of two flipping windows with the heat off in the house. Ooh. Hey, Carmen, how's it going? Well, it's a funny story, because tonight I'm sitting at the Chinese restaurant, just, mingling. I open my fortune cookie. The fortune cookie says, "Don't stop." And I thought, wow, really? I took that to mean, don't stop doing things tonight. I was thinking, God, does that mean I should go to Walmart like I've been putting off? Or should I really don't want to go to Walmart, but I need to obey the fortune cookie. I must obey the fortune cookie. I can't stop. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go just craft some crap. Hey, Mudflap, how's it going? Ooh. I do actually want to get on a gaming project, but when I started grabbing and cleaning the craft space to move stuff aside, I noticed these four lower rib sections here are all super loose, and the upper ones I at least hot glued so they're not flopping all over the place. So I resolved to at least glue these two lower ribs before I move on to my next project. Last weekend I went down to Binghamton and raided the craft stores and dropped around it was at least $100, about $120. But I couldn't not do it because when I walked in there, why is stuff going to be out of reach? Come here. Where is it? There they are. So when I went into the craft store, we had these guys for $3 a piece. And, yeah. There were 9. I bought 6. The only reason I didn't buy all 9 was because I couldn't think of how I would use the 6. I mean, I vaguely know, but we're going to fill them with the old fluid and make Scully witch bottles out of them. But it was a nice find for $3 a piece. Ooh. Alright, is this thing hot? I really want to start working on my box. Come on, get the glue out. Yep. The local gaming store in town has reestablished itself, and that has been very, very nice. Yes, we will be witchwooding those, to be sure. 100%. So at least I've been going into the gaming shop every Monday for the last couple of months. And that's been nice. Been going a little less socially insane. Cats are doing pretty good. Yep, we had our annual checkup in February. Majesty is overweight, so she is on a diet, and she does not like that. Can't say I blame her. I don't like dieting either, but I am not going to have a overweight pet that is at risk for heart condition. There's a very nice dog that a friend's family had at one point. Her name was Lucy. She was the most lovable and sweet dog, but she was kind of like one of them stunty type dogs, the big version of the dachshund, but not a corgi. It was just that type of body shape, the elongated, stunty legs. But she was a heavy, heavy dog, and well, she had a heart attack just because she was not heavily exercising and much attended to along that front. So I am not going to let my fur ball go down that same route. She's not going to be happy, but she's not going to be a blimp of a cat. Only I'm allowed to be chubby in this household, damn it. In fact, if you listen very carefully, you can hear the little scuzzballs running around, like Sam here, who was trying to jump over my craft bag and failing. You alright, Furball? Oh, crazy cat. Alright, I need another glue stick. In further joyous news, though, the computer has been having some issues. So if all of a sudden the stream stops, that is because the computer has had a blue screen of death crash in the other room. I'm getting a memory management error, and I've done a check disk on it, but it gets frozen at 17% scan. So whatever's going on is going on. I'm probably going to order myself a new solid state drive before too long passes. Finally, the glue gun is hot. Really hot. Hot enough to be happy. Meow. And once that solid state drive is in and I reinstall Windows on it, I imagine that memory error will stop. If it doesn't, I'll just perform the ancient ritual of the sacred whack. Hey, Lenny! Yep, this is definitely going to be a skeleton at some point, or some sort of viney, twisty creature. I am just shoring up the rib sections for the bottom because they were way, way, way too wobbly. Oh. boxes. Not having that. But a little bit I am going to switch to my game box project. There's a game that just came out called Keyforge, which some of you may or may not be familiar with the game Magic the Gathering. I despise that game for the fact that it is a pay to win, and I watch people just dump mountains of cash into building their decks, which is fine if that's the kind of thing you like, but I don't like the unending money wheel. It's great for gaming stores, don't get me wrong, and I don't fault it for that, but I don't like it for what it is. But suffice to say, they have come out with a new game which is completely self-contained. You get one deck, and that's the only deck of cards that you get for the game. You can't add to it, you can't manipulate it. It just is what it is, and I like that a lot better. So they have roped me into that at the gaming store, and I need to make a super fancy box for it, because I'm a crafter, damn it. It's like a feline racetrack in here tonight. How's it going, Will? I need to increase the font size on my Twitch chat. I can hardly read that. Next phase of this groundbreaker will probably be to start macheting up the ribs, the next section, and decide what I'm going to do for arms and fingers. Fingers are probably going to be the same gauge of wire at the end of their lengths. The hell is that cat doing? It's a furballtopia. I also got myself an Elgato Stream Deck. So now with a touch of a button I can do things like this. Oh, when it feels like working. Hopefully that's doing stuff. Nope, the whole Elgato thing just rebooted. Oh, it's not a good day for technology. Oh, alright, let's grab the box. Chief among the stuff I went to go get was what will become my Keyforge box. It's going to be that, and that, and this, and possibly those lights, and possibly these blocks. I got a whole bunch of glass bead counters for it as well. I think this box is going to be heavily utilizing green. Where's all the fuzzy stuff I got? I also went to Michael's right afterward and I got some stuff. Hey Raz, hey Batman. Oh, that's the Michael's bit. Alright, the rest of those are one of the spell bottles. Okay. And my Stream Deck has completely kicked the bucket. Yep, I did say Michaels. I absolutely said it. In fact, this is the Michaels purchase bag. Which is weird because I thought I got these at AC Moore. AC Moore was stop 1, Michaels was stop 2. Nice. I went and I did a ton of shopping at AC Moore first, and I thought, hell, I'm done. I've got it all set. What the hell else can Michaels possibly have? And then I thought, well, I'm down here in Binghamton. I may as well go to Michaels too. Boy, was I an idiot. $25 more later. Okay. I've got a better catch for this. I miss streaming too. It's just a winter hit and all the other crud hit, and man, it was just... The world went to... Alright, I have a green light string that's going to go on the inside of this box so that when the lid lifts, we're going to get green beaming from inside. One of these things should hold the tokens, and then we'll have some space left for decks of cards. Alright, I also need to go get my other catch in the other room because I've got a much better box clasp than this. This thing is a piece of junk. It'll never hold that very well. Alright, back in 1 sec. I gotta go grab that piece of hardware. Also, see if we can reboot the Elgato software. Hi, Sam. Come on. Well, the computer is convinced that the Elgato is working, so... This is the infinitely better clasp that I have for this thing. Of course, like an absolute chucklehead, I left the screws for it in the other room. Because that's the flavor stupid is this week. Alright, I think I'm going to stain this thing first. I'm going to put the clasp on afterwards. Ah! Hey Danielle, how's it going? This screwdriver is too big for this thing. And that's the smallest one I've got on there. Where's that one I use for popping off the paint can lens? Oh dear. Please tell me you're small enough to work. Ha ha! Nope. Nope. Goodbye, garbage clasp. I don't think so. Whew. How are you guys dealing with the winter? Hey, Topher, how's it going? I personally am hoping that as soon as it warms up again, I start getting a little bit more ambition. Hey, Crafty Dirt, how's it going? Yeah, I hear you there. I am sick and tired of it. Haven't had one single flippin' snow day either. This is going to be a box for a game I am playing right now called Keyforge. Because I need to make sure that all the other gamers at the store are suitably impressed and acknowledge me as Lord and Master of having cooler stuff, because they're going to kick my ass at the game, so I at least have to have a better looking box than everybody else. Like, I challenge you! Why? So I can see that cool box you made. Alright, fine. I can live with that. But first we are replacing the garbage clasp with a pretty clasp that is far more functional. And we are going to stain this thing as well. That's going to need some flavor of catch, because that is not going to hold when this thing upends. We're also going to put some witchwood around the outside of it to make it more sexable than it currently is. Because it must be truly impressive. How's it going, Rachel? Only problem with these things sometimes is their bottoms tend to be very, very, very flimsy. Most of these boxes are relatively cheaply made, but it doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself with them. Okay. So step one, label off all of them. Then step two is going to be, let's get them stained. Then I got to think about the lighting effects. A gaming box, Topher. A gaming box. I got roped into a game called Keyforge, which, well, let's face it, I'm 39 years old and I'll be playing against teenagers. They're going to raffle stomp me. And so I have to have a cooler box than them so I feel better. So we've got a box for tokens, a box for other tokens, a box for the actual decks of cards for the game, and they will all fit neatly together into this one grand box, which I shall overcompensatingly tout down on the table, open, and have it look cool so everybody else goes, ooh, wow. Or at least that's the hope, you know. I'm just going to have some fun making it. But we have lights to go inside of it, and cool key-themed stuff to stick on it. And we're going to witchwood it, because we can. But first we need to get these stupid labels off. And we're going to replace the crappy box clasp with a better crappy box clasp that I got off of Wish.com. I currently already have a custom token set, but that was just, crap I had lying around. And I thought that was impressive, but, I haven't experienced the true power of a crafter, so we shall show them all. Okay, let's start with some stain. Let's really hope we don't get stain all over us. Although I'm wearing a black shirt, so if I do, nobody will notice except for the smell. I haven't used this stain in years. I hope it's still good, because I really like the color. Used this on one of the first crossbows I ever made, and I loved it. And shockingly enough, it came from a dollar store. We're lucky enough to have a very good dollar store near where I live. So, let us do it. Agreed. Stain does get better with time. This is a red mahogany stain. Though it is looking incredibly brown when it's first going on. Oh, whew. Hey, Witch Woman, how's it going? I store all my crafts wherever I can stuff them. Mostly in this big structure over here. I have a mountain of extra equipment. I do have something of a spare room that I will stuff things into, but I don't like to clutter it too much. If I clutter anything, I clutter the kitchen, and the kitchen is a goddamn disaster. Do not ask me to turn the camera in any other direction than this. I don't want you to see what I actually live in. This is for your benefit. It is the clean part of the house. The only remaining clean part of the house. Oh dear. Though that is more of a factor of the fact that right now the garage has a door which is, let's say, a quarter raised. And it's a quarter raised because it can't go down, because the damn door will fall right off the rollers. The landlord has not fixed this, and I find this a constant source of horrendous frustration. And I hate this brush, so I am swapping up. My Halloween stuff is stored in the garage. It was put in there before the door reached its present state of horrendous nastiness. So, yeah. Oh, that's much better. Oh, non-synthetic fiber brush. Ah, yes. I did decide, well, it's not so much that I decided not to buy the house, is that the house was touted to me as not being in a flood zone. And all the inquiries were, it's in a flood zone? No, it is not in a flood zone. The house is not in a flood zone. Guess which house was in a flood zone? Yeah. And call me old-fashioned, but I hate the idea of paying some $70,000 for an insurance factor that I will not use, because this house has been through 2 floods and the water never reached the house. I have never sold any of my Halloween stuff, Topher, though I am honestly never been at a point where I have had so much stuff that I have been like, all right, put this up for sale. Now, we have thrown stuff away, to be bluntly honest with you, that we have just never used. Or we got it thinking it was a good idea, and then we tried to use it, and it did not have the effect that we wanted, and we have tossed it. Mostly because selling stuff, and it was all store-bought stuff, it's never stuff I've made. Because everything I've made will perfectly blend in with the haunt, that's why I make it that way. Now, the problem with selling even the garbagey stuff is that you've got to get all the stuff for the sale together and have a place to have a sale and pick a day when you can sit outside with a change box and chit chat with people. And literally all I have for, well, I shouldn't say that literally all I have for sale is Halloween stuff, because I'm assuming I probably could sell other stuff too, but that would also involve me having a working garage, so I could, have a garage to sit out in front of where people could come in and put the big sign. Online's even worse, because then you have to box everything and take it down to the post office. If I ever did sell my Halloween stuff and my creations, then I would use Etsy, or I would use some other online medium. And all that stuff would be things that I have made. There wouldn't be any kind of commissions. It would just be a, here's what I got, here's a picture of it. If you want it, it's this much. I've seen people do that. I just don't have the I hesitate to say ambition. I could if I wanted to, but I have never been about money with my crafting, ever. So it just feels weird to have that be even a part of the whole equation. I've never really wanted to sell or be a salesperson. Quite frankly, my regular job is demanding enough. Thank you very much. Teaching is quite enough on my plate. Do we do the inside now? Definite maybe. Absolutely, definitely maybe. I don't even know if I want the inside to be the same stain color, but if I'm doing it now, it takes 5 seconds and it's done for you. I might. Nothing that I'm putting in here will damage that easily, so I'm not that worried about it getting banged up. But if the outside is a mahogany stain, I wouldn't mind the inside being a mahogany stain as well. That way it's a more uniform project throughout. I teach science, though I would love to teach history, quite frankly. Sometimes I hear history teachers talk, and I start filling my head with ideas, and it burns my butt when they're just like, yeah, I'm going to have them sit down, and then I'm going to talk at them for 45 minutes. Can you make a project? I can think of a project to do that. I'll come in your classroom. We'll do a project. We'll do Rome. You can just sit down and relax, and I will do Rome with the kids. You doing Vikings? Seriously? Okay, you just sit down, relax, and I will do Vikings with the kids. I'll take care of all the lessons, and I'll have a grand old time teaching, and you just sit there and do whatever. Because, However, there's a heck of a lot more to what the social studies / history teachers do than just the sit down and talk stuff. I'm just very passionate about certain periods in histories and the stories in general, so I think I could absolutely have a great time teaching it. I don't know how well I would do in grading it, because often enough the students have to write about it, and if I read some kid be like, Ragnar Lothbrok was a fireman, I would probably want to tear the child's head off. That might not go down so well with the administration or the parents, but I'd be more worried about the administration. The community that we serve also doesn't always necessarily have the best reaction to social studies. Yeah, some people do. I certainly do. And some students do, and some students don't. I just think I would have a hell of a time teaching it. It'd be a blast, and I'd love to. But I'm science certified. We don't let scientists teach history unless they pay a college lots of money to get a piece of paper that says that they can do it too. Well, funny you should say that. I technically teach high school, but we have a middle school in our program, and so I teach that too. In all honesty, I dislike teaching middle school for the very fact that our program has a combined 7th and 8th grade together, which means I can't do the state's 7th grade curriculum, and I can't really do the state's 8th grade curriculum. Yeah. Now, in our system, they call it global studies. And if you're not doing global studies, then you're doing U.S. history and government, more popularly known by its moniker of USHAG. And of course, the way they do it is all issues-based and thematics, and it's a weird way to learn history, and I'm very glad I didn't learn history that way. Like, endlessly glad. Like, you have no idea how glad I am I did not learn history at the time this curriculum was out there. Though I did do a version of global studies with Mr. Davis way back in the day. Art. Oh, come on, please. I work for a living. Science is much more complicated than art, damn it. Though a good art teacher can be always very inspirational. However, if you notice the job market, there's not a lot of art teaching jobs out there. Whereas science, well, there's no jobs for us either. Or if there is a job, it may be in a spot that you don't want to be or you don't want to move to. Or if you can read that job description really carefully, you can find out what it really says. CTE might win, Will. It might. Our CTE teacher is retiring this year, and I may go for that spot. Well, yeah, a lot of the southern states are absolutely begging for teachers. You know the reason for that, of course, right? I have a friend who teaches, I shouldn't say a friend, a former babysitter. So she's been in the game for a while. She used to babysit me way back when I was a wee little sprat. And she teaches in the Carolinas. Yep. They don't pay you dolphin fiddles down there. Teaching in the South is not always economically viable. And that is the nightmare of it. You'll be busting your ass for like $26,000 a year. Yep, some places do, especially if you go into some of the cities. They will have better opportunities for it and actually pay you a living wage. But many a place, yeah, it's ridiculous. They just don't want to pay you to teach. That's a good one, Topher. You're a funny guy. Ah, you're a funny lady then, Topher. Funny gal. Well, I can describe that one aspect of teaching that is unlike any other profession. Go ahead, give me a profession. Any profession will do. Besides teaching again, obviously. List any one apart from teaching. Don't try to confuse me with some weird one. Don't be like, underwater lepidopterist. You're damn right. Every teacher on earth will do this. Farming. Alright, farming was the first one. Great. Will's a teacher. This doesn't really count. But let's take farming and let's go with it. Let us imagine you are a farmer. And now imagine that every single day when you go out into the field, the crops tell you they don't want to grow. And it is your job to make the crops grow. They're not gonna grow. When are they ever gonna need this growing stuff? This is stupid. By the way, you can't take the crop and strangle it until it starts to grow. You're not allowed to do that. You can't take a ruler and whack its leaves to tell it to shut up and grow. It doesn't want to do that. You're not allowed. You get fired as a farmer if you do that. Yeah. Effectively take any profession and add into it a directly oppositional force. That is teaching. Auto mechanic, You throw in the new oil filter, and then the new oil filter immediately goes, "Oh, I don't want to filter oil. This is stupid. When's the car ever going to have to go?" Oh. Any profession. Just throw in an oppositional attitude. And that's what the teaching is. I also liken it sometimes to playing video games, but it's like playing a video game next to somebody who, as you're playing, every few minutes, is going to take that controller and whack it out of your hands. And you're not allowed to beat the little sod when they do that. You have to pick up the controller again and tell them gently and calmly why that is bad and how it should be and why winning at the game is good. And then you keep playing, and in 5 minutes you're going to whack it out of your hands again. Yeah, Nanny's kind of the same thing. Except Nanny, if she doesn't want to, doesn't have to really force the kid to do that much. But especially, at least in my line, because I work with at-risk kids, you are working in an oppositional arena. We don't wanna. When are we ever gonna use this? This is stupid. This is boring. And I swear to God, if you're one of those people who lets their kid bring a phone to school, there is a special hell reserved for you. Everybody has their different experiences, Topher. Well, when our kids do it, they whip them out in class and make our lives hell. Absolutely, they would. Well, I shouldn't say that, because, I haven't said that to a kid's face, because fundamentally, you don't have to. Life's going to bite them in the butt for that. They won't realize it until it happens, but I'd like for life to not bite them in the butt, so we try to preclude that with some preparation. Yeah, they're technically not allowed to do it at our school, too, but guess what they do? Every freaking time. Put your phone away. Put your phone away. And the teachers all say, we don't want the phones out. Administrators take their phones as soon as they come in. The administrators go, well, so long as they're using their phones for academic purpose. They're not using them for academic purposes. Take them away. Well, we can't really take them away because they're technically their phone. Take the phones away. I have a little bit of a thing about phones. You might have noticed. I try to keep it under wraps, but oh, it's just the consequence of what I do. But many factors. Suffice to say that in most other professions, whatever you're doing and working on is not actively arrayed against you. Yeah, stupid teachers do. I don't. A cold day in hell. Let me put it this way. The situation that can involve me taking out a phone in my classroom would be a parent of mine is on their deathbed and I need to know when to rush to the hospital because I can't not be at school because we can't get substitutes. Little things like that. But I also work with a very special and singular population, too, so. As it says in the commercials, your experience may vary. Oh. Oh, very simple. It's called "You do that in my classroom, I'm going to yell at you." I have expectations, and I set them. And you're going to learn them. Or you're going to be wondering why this class experience is such a friggin' nightmare for you. Why is that teacher so mean? Because you're so rude. Yeah. But again, I work with a very particular population, so. And that's why teachers need a couple months off, so we don't kill your little darlings. Though many of my colleagues do work summer school, I did that once, and it was awful, and I decided I was never going to do that again. Yeah. Suffice to say, in teaching, you are working with things that are working against you, that you must come up with innovative and mentally dexterous ways to get around those blocks. Most other professions don't have to deal with that. Honestly, as soon as the mood takes me, Topher. As soon as the mood takes me. This game box project is only very pertinent right now because I have this game, I play this game, and I want to be, ooh and odd and lauded at the store. So, this is for street cred, and that's why its priority is high. Plus, I ate that fortune cookie tonight that said "Don't stop," so I realized that tonight I had to stream. You all can thank a fortune cookie. Hi, Sam. Oh boy. But before Halloween, we do have to get the Groundbreaker done. And I kind of want to go through my Halloween book and find out what ideas of things were hit upon when Don and I chatted last year about what we wanted to do that would be new and fresh. Let's grab a drink. Hi, Sam. Oh boy. Hey, Cricket, how's it going? Today we are doing a gaming box for the game Keyforge. And this will take at least a couple of days. Nice. Ooh. I wouldn't mind doing a Hansel and Gretel. That could be fun. The downside for that is just the amount of new stuff that would have to be made. I mean, I don't own the house that I haunt, and Will's a really nice guy, but be like, dude, I'm going to coat your house in lollipops and candy canes that look evil. First off, I have to make all the evil-looking candy, and then I have to, turn into a roofer for a couple of weeks to get it all up. And then I have to take it down in one day. Nice. I need to do some more mache stuff. I know at least one of my pumpkins fell over in the garage. And it was getting a little old anyway. So I'm going to have to replace that one. If this ground breaker looks good, I want to make a few more. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The witch bottles went over really well this year. All the witchwood stuff went over excellently. I have that new voice changer. I want to work on my costume. My costume's good, but it could be great. So that's going to be another thing I want to devote some time to, or at least some plotting and planning to. It'll be on the menu for when things warm up. And once summer hits, I plan to be very actively crafting, assuming I am not trying to get a new job and move. I sew when necessity strikes. When I hear a telltale rip sound, yes, I sew then. I have not really been into the hobby form of sewing. I can put together a SCAT tunic if I absolutely have to. I have sewed together Grim Reaper robes with a stapler one time because I had to get that going and there wasn't a sewing machine in sight. But I am not a habitual sewer. I have a sewing machine, but it's mostly around for repairs. I wish I were better at it. The one thing I need desperate utility and practice on is collars. I have a rough time with collars because I have never made much with them. So, that is the extent of my sewing. My mother is an avid quilter, so I can borrow her assistance if need be. I have the color sense for quilting, but yeah, when I sew, I man sew. Man sewing is when you overstitch and it looks horrible, but it's functional and it's not ever going to break free ever again because there's literally so much stitching there. I'm very good at man sewing. Yes, quilting can be a lot of work. But, you know, there are also levels of quilting, too. There's the kind of intro projects, which aren't too terribly bad and easier to get into, and then there's the more, you know, stuff. Like, I would never start with a snail's tail quilt, because I would go mad! But, you know, maybe a nice broken star or something like that. Ooh. I really like wood stain, I must say. Just takes a humdrum little buck box and makes it amazing. Good stuff, what you woman. Have a good one, good seeing you again. We'll catch you around. I want to get my hands good and stained before I finish tonight. I wish my Stream Deck hadn't crudded out. I'm actually wondering if I can Let me know if crazy scrap starts running around the screen. Because that was the key for my sirens. But right now the Elgato is just showing me a big Elgato logo. I bound a whole bunch of animations to different keys, as well as muting the microphone and other stuff. Well, at least the computer hasn't cruddered out yet. That's been nice. My goal with this project is to stain first, then seal the outer area of the box. Then we're going to apply witchwood to many a tactical area. And if the outside of the box is sealed, I should be able to stain the witchwood the special walnut color. And if any gets onto the stain of the main box and I don't like it, I should be able to wipe it right off the varnish that I'm using for the main box. Witchwood! It's all in the Halloween stuff right now. If you take a look at my YouTube channel, Topher, you will see all the witchwood stuff. There's the witch bottle and the witch orb. They are covered in witchwood, which is a cotton mache technique that I began experimenting with that gives you a beautiful, swampy, twisted wood look. There you go. It's that. Nice, Cricket. That is going to be awesome when you show up with all your stuff. Start beginning the legend as that house. The house with all the cool Halloween stuff. Also known as the, ooh, we gotta go there house. That's always been my favorite designation. This year we actually got some thank you letter type stuff. That was gratifying to see. Got a note with 2 sketches of kids who live over on Westgate Street. Like, we love coming to your house every year. You're amazing. Ah! That was great. That is cool, Cricket. That's their birthday. Yeah, it's nice to get that little accolade every now and again. You don't expect it, but when it shows up, it's like, hey, somebody appreciates it. They appreciate it enough to send a little thank you letter, and that's very nice. I know lots of people appreciate it because I talked to them on the night of, and they can't say enough good stuff about it, but there's appreciating it, and then appreciating enough to write and say you care. Oh, man. Even with just the stain, this box looks a lot better. Really curious about is how the hell I'm going to accessorize this thing. Because there's going to be electronics. And I'd like to find a way to rig the lights so that they come on when whenever the box lid is lifted, the lights will activate. I can probably do it. I can do it one of two ways. I can do it complicated with a transistor, or I can try to find a stupid simple way with some sort of circuit break. Oh, that's the hot glue gun smell. I was wondering, what smells like burning hot glue? Oh, I'd still have the hot glue gun plugged in. That would be it. So, fling back to earlier conversation, if you ever want to have fun and you know a teacher, just mention to the fact that they only work 10 months a year. And just watch them go for like 10 minutes. Have a good one, Topher. Have a good night. Sorry, I didn't know you were late. Now I do. I shan't be making that mistake again. Every teacher's like a wind-up toy with that conversation face. It's almost like playing with a cat. Hey, want to watch something cool? Here, watch this. Teachers only work 10 months a year. Wow! See? Look at them go. Yep. That one probably works with a transistor. Which I have, and I could rig it that way. But I'm thinking a more simple circuit break would be easier for me to contrive. Oh, cool, David. Very, very cool. So am I, but we had a discussion earlier about... Oh, thanks, Will. Yep, I figured you'd just send it on there. Cool. Yeah, I figured I could puzzle something, but if you've already given it to me, that is less puzzling I have to do. Yep, some folks can work even more variable schedules in teaching. I'm a 10-month myself. Alright, that box is tolerably done. Oh, cool. I'm going to want a green light inside the box to activate when the lid is opened. I'll have to dissect the switch on these things, but that won't be hard. Won't be the first piece of electronics I've mangled. Whew. Oh, thanks, Chris. Good stuff, David. Have a good one. Thanks for swinging by. And we're going to see what we do for Halloween this year. That Groundbreaker video will be up and done during the summer. If I like how it came out, then I will do a tutorial series on how I did that one, which will involve, more filming sessions and all that good stuff. Should probably set this more like that so I don't get... This one doesn't really have that problem. This one's okay. It's freezing in here. Oh my god. Cool, thanks, Will. Oh. Keyforge night is Thursday, by the way. Well, if you're not making robots during that time. Oh. Oh my god, my fingertips. Okay. Alright, so everything is mahoganyed. Now, let's see how these string lights string and light. Yeah, there's the switch I'm going to have to dissect. Alright. Here. Alright, well, we are going to be playing Keyforge. If you're not busy, Thursday is the Keyforge evening. Tiny little lights. Tiny little lights. Oh, they have the stupid trinity circuit is right here. Come on. Disengage. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Alright. I want that button. And I want that battery. Give me your secrets, try me button. Because that coin battery is probably in great shape. Oh my word, I'm freezing. Oh. Mr. Landlord, yes, turn on the heat, bum, 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 'cause it is freezing and it's fricking March. How did this thing even go on there? It's a mystery. Okay. Alright. Batteries. Oh, you're double A's, which means that I only have triple A's in reach. Unless I can steal them from there. Those are triple A's too. Alright, well. That's why we have the Try-Me circuit, because we can re-rig that up and utilize its battery. Alright, get back in there. I lied. I lied earlier. I'm sorry. I still need you. Alright, I have 10 feet of this with these lights, which are on one side of this thing. And let's see how much illumination I get from them. Hold that one. Thanks. Come, D'Artagnan, we're lighting the box. Get in there. Alright, that should be a nice one. How about from up there? Yeah. Yep, that'll do. That'll do. Alright, we can even make it a starry ceiling. That's why I got this I got these like opal flakes, which I'm hoping to put across the top to make the green more reflective and shiny. And they are going to make an absolute mess. Let's see how they respond to the light. Be shiny. Alright, yep, they glimmer and shine and they're pretty. Great. I love how this stain is very fast drying. Ouch. Okay. Into the paint thinner with you. Stain should be good. Let's recap the stain. I shouldn't even need a hammer to lump that back on. Fantastic. Store it there. Cold. Okay. Okay, so we are going to witch wood up the sides, on the front. We're going to put some of these pretty green rocks, because why wouldn't you need green rocks? Before I start planting rocks, I need to use the restroom. So I'm going to grab that and also grab some screws, and I will be back at about when I get back. BRB. screws. Come on. Let's see if that reinitialized the Elgato. And nope. It is still sitting there with a great big. How's it going, Stacy? Darn right. When you gotta go, you're gonna go. Alright, we're gonna unplug and replug the Elgato. And that's all it took. Good. Hey, Pearl, how's it going? Well, I am gonna try my my new tricks here then. If everything's right, you guys should be seeing an animation. Awesome. Glad you're doing well. Excellent. Amazing is very good. If I could be all things, I would be amazing. 2 more screws. 6. Got the eyeball, huh? There should have been another animation. That should have been the smoke animation. We'll try another one in a moment. I didn't get my counts on there. We are making a box for a game I am playing called Keyforge. And I was dining out earlier this evening. My fortune cookie said, "Don't stop." So I took that as a sign from the gods that I needed to start streaming again. Because, damn it, that's what that means. So nothing came up. We're going to try the sirens one. Yep. You get a message from the gods, yeah. Damn well do what you gotta. Okay, good. So the sirens work. Alright. But wait, there's more. I'm going to let that animation play out. Okay, so I gotta... Meow? What do you mean, meow, Sam? I don't want to have to tack that in. Please don't make me tack this in. Of course, this thing is about as magnetic as a brick. Maybe it'll hold there by force tension. After a fashion, there is a place locally that I really like, but it is 90,000 buckaroos, which is a little bit beyond my happy hunting and haunting price range. And it just dropped the screw. And it's out of the main town. But it's freaking gorgeous, and I want it so bad. But I also don't really want to stay in my current job for the next God knows how many years with all the crap that's been going on recently. So I am in no rush right now to buy, for the sheer fact that I don't want to be doing this for 16 more years if it's like this. So if job changes, I don't want to be up to my neck in house at the same time. So it's a conundrum. I mean, perfect world is I'd like to stay local, but many buts. Please tell me that is not splitting the wood. No, it is not. Okay, good. Oh god, yeah, there's no other job but teaching for me. Some people have thug life, you know, I'm like teach for life. I loves my teaching. I ain't stopping. Different school might be nice. Or even different part of the program, depending on what happens. I just don't want to keep doing this more if this doesn't change. The problem right now is there's a lot of havoc and chaos in my program, which I intensely dislike, and it is very stressful, and I like enjoying my teaching. And if I don't enjoy my teaching, then I don't have to stay teaching there. Why would I stay in a space that is driving me slowly mad? Nice. Yep, as long as you like what you do, you're in pretty good shape. I don't ever want to go back to the days where I am a 9-to-5er not liking what I do. Alright, let's try the Soul Seeker. Well, I hear it in the other room. Right. Yeah, I did that too for a long time. Good. They're all working. I just have to hit the buttons correctly. Meow. What do you mean, meow? This one is really stubborn. Holy crap. Ah! Just you wait, you little punk. You're going on there. Here, let's make sure I don't get in trouble. I gotta put that up. Because they're a very nice company, and that's where all the animations are from. And the guy who I contacted many years ago said I could use their animations in my videos so long as I credited them. So I want to make sure that I do that. Good old Atmos FX. They make good stuff. Get in Yeah, their company was really good. There was another company I contacted as well to try to use their animations and show them off, but they said no, so... So screw them. They don't get free advertising on my channel. All you had to do was say, yeah, sure, go ahead, show off my stuff. Just credit me, alright? But no. We wanted to be all proprietary. Though, to be perfectly honest, if there was a place other than YouTube that wouldn't flag for every stupid last little music infraction, I would go to that channel and provide her in a heartbeat. It's one of the biggest things I hate about YouTube. You want to play some music? No. Can't play anyone's music. If you play anyone's music, they own your video. Dicks. Now, it's not that I mind contacting the artists to ask, but every now and again a really good artist says no. And I want to be sitting here listening to their stuff, so... I actually don't know what Twitch's policy is on music. I don't really get any kind of copyright crap from them. But I also don't have a more or less established presence there either. And although they have made great strides towards becoming a more universal broadcasting area, they are still primarily a game focus. But I imagine one of these days somebody might unhorse YouTube, but the problem is YouTube is Google, and right now Google is everything. So that is a nightmare to counter. So we went from the humble beginning box to this, which has a much better little sliding clasp open, and that will come down and lock. So this thing will have a much tougher time opening without my say-so. Yeah, I figured Twitch was a lot better on that. And you can store your videos on Twitch, so... However, I ain't gonna lie, what little cash I do make, I make from YouTube, so... I would not like to see that little crafting budget offset suddenly vanish. Alright. So we got some key forging on with the keys and the forging. And I have these green stones. And I have these key, technically, things. Locket keys, yeah. Locket schmocket. It's going in a box. And I had my... Where'd you go? There you are. I had my box cutter over here, but I realized I brought it in the other room, but my X-Acto knife is still right here. So, since Keyforge is all about keys, I have key stuff. Which, as much as I don't mind the concept of hot gluing these on, I may epoxy them on. And I also don't want to interfere with what will eventually be my witch wood on this thing. Yeah. That's alright. I wasn't going to use those little brads anyway. Let's stuff them into... Well, I was going to stuff them into a box, but my boxes are all there drying, and I don't want to continue to funnel them, so... Okay. So we're going to witch wood. Where are we witch wooding? I also ordered another big key, and that might go on the top. Or do I want to do a key collage? Or do I want to see what's going on with the cat? Meow. What do you mean, meow? Get your butt over here. Hey. Fuzzy bear. Oh, we're just going to stare at me and walk in a different direction, huh? I see how it is. I see how it is. Yeah. Yep. This is what you get, Sam. Witch for the cat. There we go. Cat needs a witch. Witch for the cat. Alright, I hear the cackling in the other room, so... There we go. Hopefully you guys did not lose volume. Oh, we're still here in the other room. That's supposed to mute the computer. Oh, never mind. Enjoy the witch. Good. Yeah, I figure she's showing up all right. My problem is I can hear her in the other room. So, you guys should not be hearing double. That's not how it's supposed to work. These things don't bend very well. They're going to have to go on the flat. But I want to put witch wood on the flat. Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks. That button is supposed to mute my computer sound so we don't hear it in this room too. Because echo sucks. Oh, no. No,
I don't know that.
No, not you, Echo. Echo, cancel.
Not is usually defined as negation of a word or group of words. Did that answer your question?
Cancel.
Canceling.
F my life. Alright, if you're not hearing her, then I'll just have to modulate the sound effect. Or my mute button was muting her sounds. Weird. I don't know. So cricket's painting. Dragon. Yeah. Yep, I've seen several folks do dragon eyes with those various clear glass, the cabochons, and you can do them of various sizes. You changed yours to that too? The whole reason I changed mine to that other word was not to activate yours. Come on, Stacy. We can't be doing this. Oh my God. I'll have to change mine back to the main. No, because I'll get somebody else's. You put me in a conundrum, you realize. A terrible, terrible conundrum. They can be awesome in pumpkins, Cricket. Absolutely awesome. Particularly if you've got a degree of translucence to them, and light from the inside can still come through their eyes. Alright, this is 54 inches of chain. One of the aspects of this game I play is called chains, and I needed a token counter to more adequately represent the chains. I have no doubt, honestly, that that feature is probably coming. So, you know, if I wanted to call my gizmo, I don't know, speckled octopus or something like that, then I have no doubt in several years I will be able to name it whatever I want. Or I'll be able to record a wake word for it that it will recognize across the board, so I don't have to use defaults. Like furball. I might want to call it furball. Right, furball? Hi, Fuzzbucket. What's up? Arr. Alright. So this is supposed to be 54 inches worth of chain. And indeed, it is. Alright, so I will have chain for chains. Hey, Randy, how we doing? You can thank the fortune cookie. The fortune cookie said don't stop, so I assumed I was supposed to go home and do things. And so I decided I would stream again. Hi, Sam. Hi, how are you? I'd pick you up and show you off on camera, but you'd start to go berserk. Oh boy. That's a crazy furball. See, I have 3 in my house and 1 at my parents' house. Glow-in-the-dark polish. That's really cool. Yep, good Chinese for nerd night. Alright. I want to do chains, but I want to not use these. I want to use the other ones. I want to not get sidetracked. That's what I want to do. I want to definitely not get sidetracked. This will take some time to completely dry. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have my gem crap in place for when I actually get this thing witchwooded. Because the witchwood's going to have to go around the gems. So, how are we going to gem it? Am I going to have a disgusting number of gems all over the place? I think that looks somewhat gaudy if I had them going all the way up the side. I do want to use the green gems. Part of me was kind of thinking if I put a hole behind the green gems and lined up one of the green lights, then I could have the light beaming through the gem. But that might be a little too much to wish for. How does it look with a single gem on the side? I like that single gem on the side. What happens if we put one there and one there? That looks stupid. It'd be single gem on the side, especially since witchwood can come pouring off this stuff. So we could do single gem on the side. I could possibly do a single gem center on the top and then do all the key stuff around that. That could look sexy without being overkill. I agree with you, Ken. Absolutely. But I have this string of pre-done green lights that I grabbed because I was on an absolute shopping binge. I didn't know how to stop. And I also have a whole bunch of green LEDs, just bare circuits that I honestly should have gotten wired up and rigged because they're going to be brighter than these damn things. But, yeah. No, I agree with you. You get a lot more luminescence if you use a clear to illuminate a green gem. But I have that thing, so I'm going to use it. Otherwise, it's going to sit in here until I do something else with it, and I would rather use my craft crap. Because we all know what happens to craft crap when you don't use it. It builds up. And it turns into piles. And then the piles develop sentience, and then it's bad. Yeah. Use it up. Use it! You go through several years later and you realize, why do I have 503 in styrofoam balls? What was I thinking? What the hell is this stuff? Why do I have 62 cans of silly string? Ah! I do have clear gems, and I could potentially utilize those behind, but if I utilize the green gems, then I'll catch a daylight effect even when this thing isn't powered. So, and I don't even know if I'm going to drill a hole through to do that. I might even just take some aluminum foil and back them with that, so I can just catch natural room luminosity. I'm going to experiment with that real quick. I got some aluminum foil somewhere nearby. My aluminum foil sense is tingling. It's got to be around. However, there's a cat right here who is saying meow. We are the knights who say meow. I can't order them for you. I can force your device to put them on your list, but only you can prevent forest buying. Let me go find that foil. I brought the foil. There's the foil. Foil. Hello, other cat. Meow. Meow. Hi, Madge. Good girl. Wow. Yeah, no kidding. 99 bottles of beer on the Amazon. 99 bottles of beer. Take one down, order 99 more. That will improve the luminosity. Let's juxtapose. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I bought the box, and I am upgrading the box. We're gonna throw witchwood on it, and we're gonna throw all sorts of other stuff, and it is for a game that I am currently picked up. Wine would also be good. I left my super glue at school. I need my regular glue. Glue. Because the last thing I want to use with gems is something that kills the luminosity. Alright, where did the glue go? Seriously. Truth be told, I really want to just super glue around the edge. But again, I don't have the super glue. E6000. Yes. Yes. Somewhere in the stack should be some E6000. Car 6000, where are you? Come on. Come on. I bought another bottle. There are 2 bottles of E6000 in this apartment. Neither of which are probably anywhere near me, but we're going to look. That's where they should be. There's tiny skulls, there's glass gems, there's balloons, there's masking tape, there's hot glue sticks, there's more hot glue sticks, there's remote controls, there's metal keys, there's latex gloves, there's a frigging mountain of cotton balls, because which would. There's wadded cotton, because which would. There's metallic dust, because not which would. There's pipe joint parts. Partridge in a pear tree. There's AA batteries. Ah. Store. All right, we're gonna take the small win. I don't have to be unscrewed. Yay! Okay. Ah. I remember that one. I haven't seen Dark Crystal in quite a while. They were supposed to be making some sort of prequel for it that was going to come out on the Netflix, and I have not seen it come out on the Netflix. This vexes me. It causes me trauma. You make me sad. Okay. Alright, it's a minor victory. Urgh! Well, I mean, unfortunately there's no bin for the E6000. It is a mobile and vacuous resource. No, Jim Henson was dead long after. Brian Henson took over his stuff, and I know Netflix just kept billing it. It was all over. There were like Facebook ads for it. The works. There we go. Oh, how am I going to access that switch? This is all plastic fuddruckers. All right. Well, we're going to cross that bridge when we cross it. Yeah, Jim Henson passed away quite some time ago, if I remember right. 6,000. What's there? Nope, that's not E6000. That's not E6000. That's WD-40. That is like the exact opposite of what I am after. Alright, we're going to take the WD-40 and we're going to perform the ritual of opposites, and it's going to turn into a massive adhesive. And that'll be exactly what we need. Let's play another game of I'm pretty sure I know where some E6000 is, and I'll be right back after I get it. Please be entertained by the whirling smoke. No, it's not sitting there in the open. It's too clever for that. E6000 is a wily animal. I even bought a whole nother bottle of E6000 that I didn't need. I'm lying. You always need E6000. It has vanished into the grim maw of the apartment. It was in the other room, on the table. When I told the cats to stop crafting, they must have used it all. That's the only possible explanation. Could not possibly be that I'm a messy slob. That simply can't be it. Oh well. Just have to use this last bit of a gallon of Elmer's. Whew. My table's too small. It's not that I haven't cleaned up, that I have too much junk, it's that the table is too small. I agree with you, Cricket. If I had some aluminum tape, I would throw that on there. Oh my god. By no means did I have aluminum foil tape. No, no, no. Definitely didn't have that. Oh, the screen went all white. Hey, look. Let's try that. We back, or are we still all white? Let me adjourn to the master control suite. Oh, we good? We good. Okay. That must be an aftermath of that. All right. So as it turns out, about 5 years ago, I bought aluminum foil tape. And, yeah. It was on top of the fridge. And my good buddy Cricket on Twitch mentioned aluminum flashing. This solves all the problems at once! I hope. Ish. Alright, it solves all the problems ish, because the other side of the aluminum foil tape is not as reflective. But we would have encountered that problem with glue as well. E6000 would have been slightly better because it has a very, very, very clear dry. And now I know that if I use the smoke animation, I have to shut it off at the end, otherwise it will white out the screen. Okay, skizzers. Skizzers. The skizzers that I had minutes ago. Those would be nice to have again. They can't have wandered far, because I just had them there. Scissors. Okay. But I think this will be better than me looking for a half an hour when I could just get this more or less done. How many things are we actually going to use? One on either side, one in the center. Maybe a few down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's start off with a nice small number. Let's see how we like it. Okay. How big a section are we going to need? Tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay, let's have a comparison piece. Let's pick a nice round button one. Let's clean it ahead of time. Yep, cricket for the idea win. Okay. Least light interference possible is ready. Let's get sticky. Let's get stuck. And let's trim the edges. And that is hideous, but it's going to be surrounded with witchwood, so any extra aluminum bits are going to be invisible. Okay, so there's our aluminum backed piece, which is much brighter and more beautiful than a non-backed piece. Wonderful. Okay. So that'll mean I don't have to use any kind of crazy lighting. Yep. There we go. That is very luminous. That's nice. Excellent. Okay, yep. Score one for the crafters in the audience. Well, score more than one. You guys have given me plenty of ideas over the years. Years? No, it's since August. I haven't even been doing this a year. Alright. Alright, so backing them with aluminum foil tape is friggin' majestic compared to leaving them alone. Alright, so there's the one there. How will it look if we put them down here? That's pretty tolerably sexy. So one there. Alright, so bang, bang, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that'll give the witchwood something to really kind of come off of. Okay, yep, we're doing that. We're doing it. I'm loving it. All the kids today were trying to figure out which commercial that was from. It's amusing to watch them stew for a while. Yeah, anything's better than the flat out stuff. You just gotta make sure that the bottom of your gem is as clean as you can get it. That's the cheap way of giving it a mirror backing to improve the luminosity of the gem. Tiny, tiny things. Can't believe I had that aluminum foil tape. I just can't. It was like freaking serendipity. Super serendipity. Goodbye, edges. Go away. All the 1,000,000-to-1 shots, I would have aluminum foil tape just sitting around. I would remember exactly where it was after like 6 years. It's insane. Yeah, much safer than mirror shards. I don't know if the luminosity will even show up on camera for a demo. Ugh. Yeah, that's fairly telltale. Obviously, the one on your guy's left has the foil behind it, and it's able to take a lot more of the light and reflect it back towards you. Alright, so that is 1. Alright, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I even want them on the back? I don't know if I want them on the back, just because I don't want more stuff to be able to pop off on this thing. With that wood, remember the design. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay. Alright, so let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Make it a pretty one. I have no control over that. 6. Only the best in dollar store scissors. I mean, if it's pretty enough, maybe. Chances are I will be making something more Halloween-y. Because if I was doing this for Halloween, I'd grab out a skull, work that into the design, and drop less things. Yeah, this is probably entirely going to be game based. Alright, I may be able to use that one on that one. Perfect. Waste not, want not. Because I did get some extremely cool, I hesitate to say tarot cards because they're really not tarot cards. But I wanted... Okay, look, the whole story is, I'm cruising through the hard drive. I go to my cool pictures that I saved from the interwebs folder. And I found a while ago somebody was making a Halloween tarot deck. And I liked some of the pictures, and they were incomplete. So I just downloaded the pictures and threw them in my cool pictures deck. So several years later, I'm going back through the cool pictures folder, and I see a picture of the Halloween tarot. And I said, wow, did they ever finish that? I started going back through online, and they did finish the Halloween tarot, but I didn't particularly care for the entire set. So I then went and tried to find a set of cards that I actually could use on Halloween that looked suitably vile. And I came up with something called the Oracle of Black Enchantment. And wow, those cards look great. How are we doing, Arturo? I use whatever I can get my clammy little filthy grubby paws on. I will grab rocks from rivers. I will grab sticks from outside. I will go spend disgusting amounts of money at craft stores, and then they will sit unused on shelves for years. Like 6 years, and then I'll remember that I have them, like this foil tape that I suddenly just pulled out of my posterior about 5 minutes ago. Absolutely everything. I'm a huge fan of paper mache stuff, though, and if you follow the links to my YouTube channel, you'll see my other projects where the paper mache stuff really goes nuts, I would highly recommend looking at anything that says witchwood on it, because witchwood is my jam, and that's cotton and paper mache paste to make a swampy, hideous exterior. Yes, I will witchwood anything. We're gonna witchwood that groundbreaker eventually. Nope. But this is just a bragging rights I'm better than you gaming project. So I can feel better when the teenagers kick my ass at a card game. I can say, well, my box is prettier than any box you will ever have. Unless you become a crafter. Don't become a crafter. I have to win at something. It's like threading a needle. Come loose, sticker. Come loose. There we go. But yeah, otherwise, bienvenido, and don't expect me to have too much better Spanish than that. I took up to Spanish 4 in high school, and I have completely forgotten the subjunctive tense. And a massive amount of vocab. But I can still fake it if the need requires. Usually to stop students in the classroom from saying puta all the time, like they think I don't know what it means. Nice! I am glad that has worked out well for you. Dub 8. Very glad that's worked out well for you. I like being able to spread the knowledge and the joy along. And help lots of houses win at Halloween. I agree with you there, Cricket. I'm actually surprised that the foil tape improves the luminosity. I'm not surprised, but I'm pleasantly pleased and astounded, because obviously it improves the luminosity. But still. Hey, ya petite, how's it going? How the heck are you? It's 10:44, so I'm going to have to stop eventually here. Fantastic! Fantastic. See, I haven't used glass that much, Cricket, so that's why I'm probably not as adroit in my interpretations of it. Ah, stupid paper towel, got a hole in it. Alright, we're all polished. Majesty the cat, how are you? Good girl. Yeah. Yeah, you probably want me to fill your food dish, don't you? No. Vet said you're on a diet. Well, Vet said you're overweight, and then I said you're on a diet. Snow all over. Can't wait till the white slime goes away. Shouldn't be too much longer, though. Very soon, spring will be here. That's what I keep telling myself at night to stop the screaming. Well, that's no fun. You guys got a worse hit on that that last snowstorm than we did. Okay, one more gem requires illumination. And then we're going to stick them on. And then we're going to find out where, when, and how we're going to witchwood this thing. We'll have a witchwood radiance out from the top and around any other gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh crud, this one's on here. I'm going to need one more. I counted the one in the middle as one that was going to be on the sides. What a chatterhead. Okay. Yes. I would agree with you, Cricket. Dollar store is absolutely my friend. I love my dollar store. I have a very good dollar store. In fact, this town has several quite good dollar stores, for which I am very grateful. I'm glad the Elgato is working. Now I know there's 12 people on YouTube and 1 on Twitch. So cool. I was supposed to stream to Facebook as well, but I guess the chat widget never activated. Said it will start streaming or start automatically when you stream to Facebook, but never fired up. So I really hope I don't have anybody on Facebook going, "Why the hell are you not talking to me?" Alright. You know, probably because I didn't go to the streaming page and hit start stream, and I know what the problem is now. I know what it is. I'm kind of curious too. The very concept of snow cream sounds interesting. Wow, these guys really pop out on camera as well. That's nice. Compared to a regular gem, how does it appear? Yeah, that regular gem is at about half luminosity compared to the aluminum-backed ones. So cool. Let's grab way too much. Oh, let's try another little animation again while I am doing this. Very cool, Cricket. Hello, Logo. Considering I've run a couple of those, I probably should toss up the old Atmos FX credit so they know that I'm not stealing their stuff without contributing back. Don't want to get flagged. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought the foil tape would have been amazing, but it's amazing. it's a hands down massive improvement over an ordinary bead. Massive, massive improvement. These are far more luminous. Alright, let's get these things on there, and then we will call this a good night, because it's getting close to bedtime for Bonzo. That'll let the stain completely finish drying on all my boxes. So I can tell that's not fully dried yet. Okay. Why is that hot glue there? So I need a gem. I need a gem not to roll onto the table off my gut. Yeah. Do this the cheatsy way. Right there. See if we can get that to catch the light. Yeah, nice. Good. So I might make a deck for my Oracle of Black Enchantment Tarot, or box for my Oracle of Black Enchantment Tarot deck if I ever get some sort of fortune telling spot for the Halloween display. Because that deck just looks evil. Which is perfect. Just gotta hope I don't get in too much trouble from parents because it's got a lot of cards in it that look like devils. And I mean, it's got a lot of devil-looking cards. Like a lot of devil-looking cards. That's generally not anything I want to have heavily on my Halloween display. Yeah, I use the salsa bottle for my my paint water usually. It's big, it's wide, it's got a cap, it's good. Alright, let's use two best looking gems for the front. And let's use crap looking gems for the back. Kind of like right there. Come here, good looking. Okay. Side, side, top. Side, side, okay. 2 in the back for symmetry. Hey, does that sit flush now? No. No, it doesn't. Hey, Angela. Yep. I was munching at a Chinese restaurant tonight and I hit a fortune cookie that said, "Don't stop." So, I figured I couldn't stop doing stuff tonight, and that meant not screwing around doing nothing when I got home. So why not start streaming again? I am making a box for a card game that I got into at the gaming shop lately. Because I was inspired to do it. I have lights for the inside, and I have sub boxes for tokens. Hey, Chris, how's it going? And I wanted to have it look snazzy. Of course, that fell right off. Oh, it fell right off because that is not very dry yet. Still some damp stain. Ah! Please don't take the foil off. Oh, yeah. Yes. The flowers are still standing. Got a little heat warped, but I'll take that. I did not know. The house, much to the otherwise admonishment of the owner, actually is in a floodplain, and I will not spend $30,000 of my lifelong income paying flood insurance on a house that will never get flooded. Because flood insurance around here is annoyingly expensive, and for this house at least pointless. If I was closer to the river and I know that that house had gotten damaged in one of the previous floods, you can bloody well bet I would be getting flood insurance. However, this house has never been flooded, even in either of the 2 previous floods. No water has made it in here, so I will not pay for flood insurance on a house that has never been flooded. Okay, so I'm at the store, and I put my box down, and I am opening up, and the light turns on right now, and we open it up, and it's all sexy and green inside. Okay. Do I have my white paint right here? No. I cannot get it rezoned. It is definitively inside what constitutes the flood zone currently. And there is no way to modulate that, especially when you are dealing with the banks. Because the banks don't care about you. The banks just want themselves to be banky and bankified, what with the bank and the banking and the bankinaciousness of it all. Yeah. Ooh. I want to paint the inside of the top white so I get more green light off of it, but I don't want the white paint to start coming out through this crack. So we're going to seal this crack with some hot glue right now. No. Nobody's going to notice that except me. And I will hate myself for it, but at least I won't have white coming out the top. There is a nice place near here, which I love and adore and desperately would like. However, with the way things have been going at work lately, I do not know if I wish to remain in my current job. Just because what used to be I love teaching and I'm coming in the morning thinking, what new adventures is today going to behold is starting to turn into, oh god damn it, another day at work. And no job should feel like that, especially to me after I already have been teaching and have been loving teaching for so long. So I may very well be seeking a new job. And if I seek a new job, then there is no point to getting a house locally, because I don't want to get tied down to that. But there is a beautiful, beautiful place just south of the town of Oxford, which I adore. It is $90,000, which is more than I want to spend, but it's right along a stream. It's 5 acres. It's a log cabin. It's freaking gorgeous. But again, yeah. There's many considerations. And the biggest, of course, is, if I get a new job, the last thing I want is, oh, well, now I need to take care of the house. By which I mean sell it. So, yeah. That's the situation presently. I wonder if I can just get this white painted on quickly before I go to bed. What time is it? It's 11:03. It's entirely too late, but I'm having a good time. So here we go. Yep. I do want to get that place. I'd love to live in it. The fact that it's right on a stream, I can't tell you how much I would love to have this place. But but let's see here. But I'm not buying a house just to need to sell that same house. Not going to happen. If I stick around here, then yeah, I may get it, but something's got to change at work. Something has got to change. No way am I going to do this for the next 16 years. Or longer. Yeah, the place it's really nice. I totally want it. What do you mean only 90,000? Property values in Shenango County are considerably lower than what they are in many other places. So you can get some gorgeous real estate for far less than the jaw-dropping prices which exist in many cities. Many cities. Well, the problem is we just got new administration, and that is part of the problem. The new administration is very inexperienced, and, well, I'm not going to denigrate the new administration right here, right now, because quite frankly, this is an open YouTube channel, and the last thing I want is a fun little counseling memo about when you are online, you are representing BOCES, and if you say nasty things about people, no. Not going to happen. I'm just going to say that the new administration is currently not terribly experienced. That will change with time, but there are other factors as well. I am very, very tired of my academic program getting used like a disposal site. Our kids are not should not be treated by districts like things to be gotten rid of. Yeah. Yeah. Now, here in Chenango County, property is cheap. Cost of living in many places is ridiculous. People are forgetting that people gotta live, have homes, be able to raise families. And if you can't raise a family there, then why the hell would you stay? Or maybe not even raise a family, but, you know, live comfortably. Not everybody raises a family. Yeah. I know a number of the southern states are more commodious with their cost of living. Chenango County is quite good with that as well. Cheap to live here, cheap to buy here, cheap to own here. The meds were great. Were great until they randomly vanish because insurance suddenly decides they want to stop paying for them and blah blah blah. I have been off of them now for, let's see here, I ordered a new set on Monday or so, and so I say I ordered a new set in plenty of time to get them, and they're talking to the insurance, and the insurance wants information, and so I am currently off the meds. The meds were decreasing in their effectiveness anyway, for whatever reason. I am not 100% sure. I would probably state that a lot of that has to do with wintertime and depression and, you know, general angst has made me less utilizationist. Just they haven't been working as well as they were. Yep. Nice. Yeah, low taxes is very nice. Very nice. I hope I will get back on the meds if the doctor's office can ever un-F themselves, by which I mean Farkle. As I do not like being off the meds, but what happens happens. And if the meds were losing their effect, then I shouldn't be staying on them anyway. Yes, I do. Whew. Alright, almost done here. Want this nice and bright for reflecting the green light that's going to go in here. And then we're either going to put some spray adhesive in here, or we're going to paint some glue in here and dump that opalescent glitter all over the frickin' thing, which will catch the green even better. Oh, man. My plan wasn't working right up until about noon on the day I dropped dead. Yep, some spots in New York are definitely good for the school districts. Some spots are crap, but some spots are good. Oh. 23 is not too bad a time for it. As long as you get a job and a stable relationship. Alright. Well, I want to do more white, but I'm not putting 2 coats of it on tonight. Don't have enough time. We'll leave this propped. Should give it plenty of breathing room. This should be pretty dryish. This should be pretty dryish. That's some good good headway tonight. That gives me hope, Randy. I need news like that. Plug the gun. This one does not have an on-off switch. Okay, I have to wash down these brushes. Find the cap, which is over here. Definitely a non-standard situation. Oh, thank you all for showing up and letting me chat with you. So it's not just me alone sitting at a craft table like some sort of elderly dork. I plan on not being, and definitely while I am still inspired to get this project going, I will be streaming more often. I am going to not be on tomorrow because tomorrow is the gaming day for this game that I am making the box for. And then after that, hopefully with the warming of the weather, I will be more inspired to get some more done. Hopefully more bits of this thing will come in the mail, and I will find my E6000 because I want to take these key locks, and I don't want to use hot glue with this. That'll leave too much of a splorch of it behind it, and these guys will not be sitting flush to the box, which is what absolutely has to happen for them to be cool. Cool. Yeah, me too, Cricket. It's the only way to go. Have a good night, everybody. I'm going to try my new button. Have a fantastic night, and thank you all for showing. Good night. Hopefully that changed it to the ending screen. Love you all too. Take care. Echo, turn off craft light. Let's hopefully not trip and kill ourselves.